yam production, the business of yam production. So I would love to give the floor to our guests to just make a brief introduction about the topic. Then we would now go straight into the main conversation around the yam business. The yam business. So, Mr. Sam, can you please make a brief introduction about the topic? Thank you.
Good evening, everybody.
Yes,
You're
good
welcome,
evening.
sir. Good evening.
So, while growing up, I know some of us, probably for the younger generations, had parents who said things like rice was not the only commodity they ate while growing up, and they lot of this processed food like spaghetti, indomie, and the rest, and
Okay.
they ate things that were more localized to their environment. And
Okay.
beautifully enough, 95% of production of yam happens in West Africa,
Oh,
in the world, and Nigeria is leading up to 90% of that. And
okay.
the issue we have in Nigeria is that most of the time we don't maximize the export market for this product, for this production, and
Okay.
or we even sometimes limit the production of yam to just we eating yam, roasting yam, and that is all about what we're going to be discussing. So I'm going to be telling us of some new innovations that have been in the business space of yam production.
Okay, that's okay. All right. So you have done well to bring us try to connect the previous knowledge, what we used to know about yam, and then you've backed it up with some data about the percentage of production across West Africa, and then Nigeria leading that chart right there. So I want to ask. I know for a fact I know for a fact that a lot of people would love to do yam business. Yes, a lot of people would like to, because it doesn't, to me, I believe it doesn't require so much, and it doesn't take so much from you. But that is just my knowledge. So what will you say to somebody out there who thinks, okay, yam is not actually a big deal, I just need to get the right information about it?
Yeah, right information. That's why we're here. So,
Okay.
well, if you any business at all that you want to get into, it is
All right.
something that you have to study about it.
Mm.
If you want to maybe just do backyard farming, produce for yourself and your family, yes, yam is not a big deal. Just get your sack, stake it, and do the normal routine management of yam. But if you
Okay.
want to get into the business of yam, some things in the game have changed. Some rules of the game have changed, and
Okay.
that's why we're here. That's why we are going to be discussing this. So at least we're going to be giving out information on all of this.
All right. Thank you so much. For the purpose of this show, I would love that we limit this conversation a lot to small scale and backyard farming. I have my reasons, but at the end of the day, we know there are people out there who would love to go large scale, commercial scale. So if they have interest, I know most of them reach out on AgriDesk WhatsApp community that they need help, and they get the valuable help they need. But for the sake of people, so we don't want to give them, okay, get 10 trucks of this one, one container of this. Let's try to bring it down. Everything we'll be discussing, we'll definitely be touching on the commercial part of it, because no matter how, our conversation will drift towards that line. But let's try to limit it at small scale for now.
All right,
So
sir.
for a small scale farmer, I've just told you that, okay, I think I have interest. Now, my interest, what is it, what exactly are those things that might interest my interest? Like for a start, what are those things I might need to get? What are those things I might need to do? You've just mentioned about getting sack now and then staking your yam seedlings. So let's get right into that.
Okay, so if the person is a backyard farmer who probably like to practice sack farming,
Mm-hmm.
okay, you can go ahead with yam sets, and generally we it has a rule of thumb that the head and the tail seems to grow more than the mid part of the yam.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can go ahead with that depending on the number you're having. Some people do have up to 50 around them, and
Okay.
give or take 9 months to 1 year maximum. Depend, because if you try to leave it, it's not like it's your land, so it's not that anybody will come and try to get it from it. So you get to finally harvest that. But if you are doing small scale, probably you have few plot of land. The newest innovation that people are using now is having to use yam seedlings. Okay, so for some people who don't know, probably don't believe that yam has seeds, and I know that this might brew some controversy. Okay, so I'll be acting as an extension agent to tell you what is going on in the research field.
All right.
So I'm not a fan of extensionists, but we have out there we have this evening.
No
Okay, so every crop can be pollinated, and this includes yam. And when you pollinate yam, you are going to be having something called botanical seeds.
Okay.
So I wish it's something that we can show the picture that I have
It's
something.
it's okay. Our
So,
people are bright.
There's something called botanical seed. So from the botanical seed, you get to plant the botanical seed after harvesting the botanical seed into just normal seedling trays that we use for just any plant at all itself. Plant botanical seed. Then we're going to be transplanting them into seed pots.
Okay.
So when you transplant them, they're going to use the normal yam cycle. The normal yam cycle of almost 6 to 9 months, depending on the species you are planting, maybe white yam or water yam. That's the two most popular that we plant around here.
Okay.
So if you plant that, when you are harvesting, you are going to be having very small tuber. Very small tuber. Some might be as small as 5 grams, and some can be up to 100 grams. So those very small tuber are what is called seed yams.
Okay. You know, I was going to get there. Please continue. I will come back to the
Okay,
question.
so those very small tubers are what
Yes.
is called seed yam, and you can actually purchase this seed yam in large quantity now. Like some
really?
people actually do that, as that's the part of
That's-
the value chain they are staying with,
That's good.
and they decide to sell it to people. So unlike before that, generally farmers have this complaint of up to 30% of their produce have to be saved. Sometimes 13% range across farmers, but like maximum 30% have to be saved because of what they want to plant next year. You actually don't have to do all of that now, because there's seed yam that you can actually use to do this. And for the seed yam, there's even a more faster route for those who are going to maybe like to go into the commercials. They call it the rapid yam multiplication scheme. It's called SAH. It's more like you are trying to plant this in an hydroponic system. We're trying to plant yam in an hydroponic system. So we know hydroponics is planting without soil. Yeah, so we are going to maybe plant vertically, and so that we can conserve space. So, but of course, you don't expect to get tubers out of something like that, right? So it's after you have cultivated the seeds in that controlled environment, then we can transplant it to the field. Do you see? So that only that just compress the time it's going to take you to get seed yams.
Okay. Before we proceed, I would love you to make a further clarification about what yam seedlings actually have, because I think I lost you on that when you were trying to explain how they get it. Do you get? Because okay, let's assume I just went to market and I purchased my big tubers of yam and I'm taking it home, and I want to get a yam seedlings or yam seed yam, as you've said, and I want to get it from that big yam I have with me. What process do I have to follow to get it?
You would most likely not be able to do that if you have not been trained on how to do that.
Okay, is that like a gated training, or it is something we can share live on here?
If I try sharing, there's no practical for you. It's something that you have to see. So, but I will try to explain it in a way that everybody, a layman, can understand. Okay, so just like any plant, yam has male and female. Just like any plant. But like, now you are shocked because that when I said that you might not be able to get it is because it's because there's male, there's female. So if I can't show you, okay, this is male, this is female, you probably don't know how you are going to do that. So and just like any pollination process at all, we get to move the pollen grain, transfer the pollen grain from the anther to the stigma of the plant. So Where this get tricky is because not every male can pollinate every female.
Oh,
Yes, so
we still have some that are fertile and some that are not fertile.
it's not really about
It's not
fertility, it's
about
about
fertility now.
compatibility.
Okay.
Yes, if this male is compatible with this female.
Oh well.
So when we do that, we are going to get what is called botanical seeds.
Okay.
So for botanical seeds,
So once we get the compatible male and compatible female,
yes, and
then
you
we try to cross pollinate, or
yes,
that
yes,
is the right term.
yes,
and then
yes,
we'll have a botanical seed.
yes. You have a
Okay.
botanical seed which
Please,
you
please go on.
harvest at the end of the yam planting season. Some people wait maybe till January before they harvest it so that it will have dried properly. Some, okay, maximum January, February. You're harvesting your yam botanical seed already. So it's this yam botanical seed that you're going to get to plant to your seed trays that you're going to raise a nursery, a pre-nursery for them. So after spending maybe 4 weeks thereabout in your seed tray, you get to transplant from the seed tray to the pots, to the
Okay.
seedling pot. Maybe if you are using polythene bag, if you are using normal pot, plastic pot, planting
Okay.
pot, and if you use any of that, you get to transplant into that. And also you can also do that in a screen house system also. You can also actually do that in a screen house system so that to conserve space. You know, one of the reasons we use screen house or all of those net house and all is because of space.
Okay.
That's major reason why we use it, and so that we can have at least a bit of controlled environment.
Okay.
Yeah, so that it is from that you can get seed yam. Can also transfer it to the field directly. Actually,
From that seed,
yes.
plant to the.
yes, you can transfer it from that to the field. So that is what you get seed yam from.
Oh.
So, but some people actually already specialize on that. So you can just directly buy the seed yam from these people.
Even as a small scale person,
Yes.
you can still reach out to this individual
Yes.
to buy the seed yam.
Yes, yes.
I think from my own end, I think that would be a good step to take, because trying to now find the compatibility of the male and female can be
It's a whole long process.
Yes, can be very tasking. And at the end of the day, if you eventually get it, it might not be as good as what you would
Yes.
expect.
Yes, that.
Considering it will still need to take. Well, that's a good introduction about the topic today. And you said that there are like major innovations that can be implemented in this. Can you try to shed light on that? Because now we know that some people specialize in making these seed plants available.
Mm-hmm.
So we just go there, get them.
Mm-hmm.
Are there like specialized technology that we can now use to plant them? Because these are now like money. They are money for us now. We've spent money to get these things, so we want to give them the best treatment so that we can get the best of the best out of them. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yeah, I understand what you are saying. So
Okay.
generally, when you do anything agri, when it comes to crops, three things matter:
Okay.
the genetics, the nutrition, and the management. So
the genetics,
yes,
the
the
nutrition,
and the management. Yes. So the genetics is what kind of material did you procure to. So there are some plants that you know that you expect them to be dwarf purple. So if they, for example, you bought a dwarf purple and saw something tough, something wrong somewhere, so you can tell that when you bought a very good variety, that's okay. So I think one of the best variety that people purchase for yam now is called Asiedo. So it's a name of the person who invented it. Yeah. So it's called Asiedo. So a lot of people just prefer that particular material, although that's not the latest one that was introduced into the market. The latest one introduced into the market is called Sharp. Yeah.
Sharp.
Yes,
from the name, in fact.
yeah. So courtesy of IIT, credit to IIT. Like IIT is the one that have been working on yam. They have been working on with one of their mandate crops, and it is something that they have been doing for a long time. So we are just privileged to follow through with innovations, follow through with research. For those of us who are students, I mean, we always want to keep ourselves abreast of the information. So so then your genetics involved. Then the management, climate affects everything we do. So that's why some people prefer to use a screen house, or sometimes when you can get to some yam field and they have.
Sorry, I I would love to coach you there. You've been mentioning this screen house for some time now. Can you try to uh, make a help us to get a pictorial view of what a screen house looks like?
Okay, screen house is just let me bring it down to net house.
Okay.
Let me say that generally it's just an enclosed area covered with net. Sometimes it's on a field.
Okay.
So, but
Just,
when
it can even be at our backyard. But
yes,
you now cover it
Yes.
with net, like
Yeah.
mosquito net or.
yes, the
What
nets
type of
have
net?
different sizes, so
Okay.
depending on what you are trying to achieve. So I was even going to mention before you
Okay.
caught me that
Okay.
some people can't afford to build a screen house. They just cover with shade net.
Okay.
So they don't like cover around; they cover on top of it. This.
Just the top.
Yes, these seedlings are like babies. So you want to treat them with utmost care.
Exactly.
Yeah, so when you transplant them to the field, they are shocked. They are trying to acclimatize to where you transplant them to. So you help them by shading them from the sun, shading them from the rain. So like that's why that net actually does exist. They can actually survive on the field alone, but they need to acclimatize. So some people after 4 weeks, maximum 8 weeks, they remove the net and let them grow.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so that's it with management when it comes to climate. And last nutrition, when we talk about maybe you are fertigating or you are applying fertilizer and all.
Okay, that's a good one. So moving on, I would love to digress a little bit because when you made your introduction, you said something about being a student
Yeah.
in agric. How has it been? How has it been? I mean, trying to get all of these new innovations and has it really been a good experience for you?
Okay, so if there's any agricultural student listening to this now, they will bear me witness that if you go by only what you are taught in the curriculum and you get into the current market space, you will fail.
Okay,
And
that's a bold claim.
well, as far as I know, even for some who come from private schools, I mean, I have friends in private school, names withheld.
Yeah.
So you have to know that school is just giving you the foundation, and you have to
Okay.
build on yourself. But where some of us get into the extreme is that we think school does not matter.
Okay, good.
That's just
school,
some of it.
school actually matters.
Yes, because that's what will even give you the foundation and give you the playing ground in the first place to get into these things. Of course, we know that if you now decide to limit yourself to only that, then you're in trouble. Future of work in Africa. In fact, in this is a prediction that myself and some of my friends who have been working on trying to track innovations across field in agriculture. We are of the opinion that in 15 years' time, majority of current agricultural roles will go obsolete.
Agricultural
Roles, yes, will go obsolete. For those of us that work on the field.
Okay.
Why? Because so much investment into technology is coming into agriculture already. I mean, it has started. So, and that is why we are having so much. So, if you are not preparing for that, if you are preparing with this current reality, you would not matter in that time. There are tractors that are way automated. I mean, I fly the drone. I can spray using the drone. So instead of getting 100 people for this amount of hectares of land to come and spray for me, I mean, I just fly my drone. I will even automate it. I don't even need to,
Fly it.
as it were. I just automate it and it will get it done. So a road that maybe 100 people were doing before, just one person will do it. It just will take a little number of days. And this cut across different things. I mean, we have automated tractors. Even for those who are in the animal field, there are chips now that if you keep it on the ear of the cattle, it will be reading their vitals in real time.
Yeah.
I mean, Dr. Kolade is one of the vet persons, so he probably will be able to give facts to this. So
Yes.
they will read all of this in the real time, and what is going to take somebody days before they finally find out, and you have to have a lot of workers on your field for that.
Yeah.
Just those chips will save you cost to cut and save you time for that.
All right. One last stop before we get back to the main discussion for today. I want you to clarify one last time. because we have said it severally on this show that technology is not all about machines.
Yes.
Sometimes tiniest little data that we overlook can help us technologically. So I want you to just make that brief remark about what technology really can be, because our farmers, our listeners at home, most times when we mention technology, what comes into their head is heavy machines. You are talking tractor, you are talking this, you are talking big money. Sometimes it is not even big money. Please let me not be the one speaking on that. I want you to do that.
Okay, so technology in the real definition of it is to make life easier, to make processes
very succinct,
faster. That's just it. So anything that comes as an innovation to make a process of what you have been doing faster is technology.
Good.
It's as basic as that.
Good.
Unlike before, we have battery cage system now. Unlike before, that everything was just deep lister. I mean, battery cage have been existing since, and they are the ones with nipples.
Yeah.
So what do you call the nipples that were there instead of you going to feed your birds water every now and then? So it's technology.
Yeah.
It's as basic as that. It does not have to be the John Dre's tractor or the DJI drones. It doesn't have to be any of that. So it is something as basic as that. And you know, one thing that used to scare people when we mention technology is that like there's this thing that happened with type. I think it's something I just mentioned now. You know, there were typewriters before, and as soon as computer got invented, all typewriters or typesetting people lost their jobs. Yeah.
Wow.
So people used to, you know, once you mention technology, especially with the field of agriculture, they fear that, and some people like, would technology come and plant for you? Would technology monitor this for you?
Yeah.
Yes, it can. Yes, it would. I mean, they are getting there now.
Yes.
I mean, in other climes, they're already doing that.
All right. Thank you so much for that brief remark. So let's continue the conversation. What are other products that we can get from yam? What
Okay.
are other products that we can possibly get? Because now, okay, you've already established that you can easily get yam sets or yam seedlings from people that are into that business now. So we don't have to bother our head with any compatibility BS or all that.
Or trying to save what you harvested last time.
Yes, so just get it from them and then replant.
Yes.
Good. So what are other products that we can get from yam?
Almost every product that flour can make, wheat
Almost
flour,
every product.
yes, that your wheat flour can make, your
Really?
cassava flour can make, can
Really?
actually use yam flour to make it.
So I can use yam flour to well. Label. You know what label is?
Yes, I do. I mean,
Okay, we have a cola.
so even from cake to chips to chin chin to
Chin chin yam. Yam chin chin.
yes, yam chin chin. I mean, I had it just I think last month, and I was shocked as you are shocked. I was shocked.
Really?
Yes.
You also mentioned yam pizza now, like pizza.
Yes, yam
Same
pizza. Yes. The same pizza you are eating.
What's the origin? Like, what origin? Because I think Italians make pizza.
The thing is, you just substitute normal flour with yam flour, but more sometimes you cannot substitute fully. Sometimes it has to be in proportion.
Okay.
No, and moreover, yam flour is even more expensive than. Speaking of this
So,
product,
yes,
yeah.
you
So
can't-
it's more of like you are going for something of higher quality, as it were. Do you see? So all of these products actually came from the fact that people just boxed yam to roasted yam, boiled yam, pounded yam,
Yeah.
which is good. I mean, that is what is traditional to us, but we can actually use yam way more than that. I mean, I've experienced it.
It's the first time I'm hearing it. You mentioned yam ice cream.
Yes.
Ice cream, like.
Yes, yeah, the same ice cream you are eating, sir. Yam ice cream. Okay, first time when I was giving it, I said, no, I can't take this. Like, I can't take it because I felt yam. I mean, I was trying to process it. Okay, I can eat ojojo. I can.
Okay.
But this is, but then, I mean, it's something that.
Ojojo, I think that's made with water yam.
Yes.
Cool. So, you are telling us that there is a really big opportunity in yam business that people are probably overlooking.
Yes.
And okay, I know that some listeners at home right now might have this question. It just dropped on my mind now. So let's say that I am already in the business and I don't have I don't have markets yet for my produce. I mean, most times I end up maybe selling to my church, selling to my friends, and the market is not that good to the extent that I would want. What would you suggest that such individual employ? Like, what would you want them to do?
Okay, so if I'm to speak from my point of view, if it's a large scale farmer, somebody who can afford large scale stuff,
Okay.
produce for the export market.
Hmm.
Yes, have your quality, because we are like the powerhouse of yam in the world, as it were, because we have the largest production. So although yam is expensive here, but they are still expecting it over there.
Yeah.
The only problem Nigeria seems to have is that most times we don't produce for global standards.
Okay.
That's why we cannot get that. I mean, Ghanaians do that. Some people who actually export Nigerian yams do it by moving their yams to Ghana, produce cassava.
Oh.
It's more like a general saying when it comes to farmers. So
Okay. Well, we'll just take this call. Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Yes. Good evening, sir.
Good evening to everybody in the studio.
Good
My
evening.
name is Alias Pamatetola from Erumegweda local government.
Oh, thank you for calling in, sir.
Yes, I really appreciate the enlightenment on yam farming today. Please, kindly let our guest to
Yes.
give the number to Dr. Kolade, or give his number out now, or give his number on our desk,
Oh,
so that
right,
we
sir.
can make inquiry on how to get genuine yam seedling, because everybody will say they are producing yam seedling,
That's
but
true.
that
That's true.
of so many things may not be genuine.
No problem, sir. We'll do that right away. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
sir. God bless everyone of you.
Amen. Thank you, sir. All right. So I would love you to repeat that statement you said once again, so that we can end the conversation for today. You said something about yam. If you want to produce for money, produce yam, and if you want to produce, I mean, that's a really good sign-out statement.
if you want to produce for the money,
Yes.
produce yam.
Yam.
If you want to produce for the people,
Produce cassava.
produce cassava.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Ade, Mr. Samuel, for coming. Once again, our studio manager has been Mr. Femi Olabode, and my name is Emmanuel Salami. We'll see you next week, same station, same program. Thank you so much.